Jason Davis, Jared Dubois, halftime. USA 1, Brazil 2. Here to review the first half on the best soccer show, North American Soccer Network. We've already
Can I read a tweet?
Go for it.
This is my favorite tweet of the first half, and this is from My Truth or Yours. And he says, whenever Onyewu gets the ball, my butt won't quit making a fist.
Well, that's pretty good. The lines are locked and loaded. Carlos is already in. What's up, Carlos?
Hey guys, how you doing? A couple things. One, I echo that on Onyewu. He's kind of a little antsy out there, and the other is, I think things would be going a little bit better if Maurice Edu was the withdrawn center midfield instead of the guy in the advanced position. He's just losing it left and right.
Yeah, the first thing. Thanks for the call, Carlos. We got a bunch of people wanting to get in. The first thing I thought was that they got to switch Michael Bradley and Maurice Edu. That's just not working. I mean, I understand that maybe you were thinking it's a little bit more I don't know. Is it more defensive? Are we looking for
I find Edu getting he's gotten pretty forward on the pitch a lot of times. I don't think they're playing a set roles there like people are saying they are.
When Michael Bradley's picking up the ball, he's picking up the ball deep in his own half, and I think to be more effective. And we saw
he ends up getting the assist on the goal, though.
Yeah, when Herc scores the goal, it's because Michael Bradley is farther up the pitch, can make that pass. I don't know. I don't know if they switch at the end of the half. Area code 757. Who's this?
Hey guys, I want to touch on me. Hey, that's Will.
Hey, what's up, Will? First half thoughts.
Was just talking about Edu and the whole Bradley situation, and I don't think anybody watching can disagree. It needs to be switched. I think obviously, well, look what happens when Bradley attacks and goes forward. We get a goal. And I think what Edu has done when he's gotten back has been good.
Right.
It's been solid. When he is back right in front of the back four, he's getting the ball. His close control is decent when he's surrounded by yellow jerseys.
Right.
But his close control isn't bad, and he's distributing. But when he gets up top, it's like that. It's like the half line is like lost to him. He just starts giving the ball away.
Yeah, it's a kryptonite a little bit. Thanks for the call, Will. 201-430-2378 is the phone number if you want to get in. That's the thing about Brazil. They are applying way more pressure than they're used to. You should expect this coming into the game, but you have to
the biggest. I wrote this down in my notes during the first half, and what it comes down to me on the U.S. side is U.S. is having trouble playing through Brazil. While when they played Scotland, they were allowed to play around Scotland. Yeah. Brazil's playing a much different style of game, and the U.S. is having a really tough time. All those little pockets of space that the U.S. exploited so well against Scotland with less pressure on the ball and more time on the ball, Brazil is taking all that away from them, and they're not responding well. There's a lot of giveaways, especially that whole play it out of the back style that Klinsmann wants to do right now. That is blowing up in the U.S.'s faces because the defender's getting caught on the ball. Onyewu was getting caught on the ball. Bocanegra a few times has been caught on the ball. They don't look comfortable playing it out of the back, with the exception of Fabian Johnson.
Phone call, area code 219. Who's this?
Hey, guys, this is Michael again.
Hey, what's up, Michael?
Not much. I just want to get your opinion on a couple things. I know you guys are probably happy about Herc's goal just as much as I am.
Yeah.
Wanted to ask you, though, about what you think about Dempsey coming in now, if it's likely or not. If anybody's going to come in for Torres. He hasn't really had that great of a game so far. We kind of need another goal.
Well, I mean, I think you want to get Clint Dempsey. Thanks for the call. I think you want to get Clint Dempsey on the field. You've got to find a way to do it. Is Torres the guy you want to do it with, Jared?
He's having problems finding his way into this game a bit. I think the service coming from Edu and Jones is not benefiting him that well. A few good combinations with Fabian Johnson going forward. I like the pairing that they're putting together and the way of what's coming out of that. One thing I will say, for people that are behind the scenes, when this Hercules scored, Jason Davis played the Hercules drop off air to celebrate the goal. Yeah. We're not even recording.
You have to. Area code 619. Who's this?
Yeah, how you doing, Enrique?
Hey, what's up, Enrique? What's up?
Hey, how you doing? I'm going to touch on what you said. The pressure, Brazil is doing more pressure than we are compared to the Scotland game, and I believe we should do more pressure, make them do the mistakes. And
it's tough, though, because what Brazil will do that Scotland was never going to
beat you on the dribble.
They will beat you on the dribble, and they will make the necessary run to find the space for the outlet. They are way, way, way more skilled on the ball than anybody the United States has played during this run. I mean, even Italy isn't going to play that fast. They're not going to play, they're going to have triangles working as as regularly as Brazil does, there is always an outlet for Brazil. You bring pressure to the ball and you risk exposing yourself in behind, Jared. So that's the issue there.
I got a question, and Enrique, you're on the line. If you're still on the line, still, you can weigh in on this as well. Do you want to see someone like Clarence Goodson in the second half to see what he can bring differently? Because Onyewu's not having a good game out there, or do you want to see Onyewu play through this?
I want to see Cameron, because we've always been talking about him having good control of the ball, and every ball coming out of Gooch to the top has been in the air to nobody. And every ball that from Scotland game, Cameron was finding somebody or at least giving him the run.
Yeah.
And we're exposing that dude, and I think Beckerman is a lot more controllable, a little bit more skilled with the ball that he can do that maybe help us a little bit. That's the way I see the game. So
yeah, thanks for the call, Enrique. The issue with Cameron, I think this game is just way bigger than him right now. I don't think it's bigger than Gooch. I just don't think Gooch is himself. I mean, I don't know what's going on in Portugal, and to be honest, I haven't watched a lot of sporting matches, but he looks slow. He looks indecisive. He doesn't look like he's got. I mean, he has been torched. You and I at the end of the half, getting ready to go on the air. Brazil played a ball out to the left-hand side, and we just both yelled "Gooch" at the same time. He got turned like he wasn't even there. So it's obvious that Gooch's first step is too slow, and because his first step is too slow, he doesn't have the recovery speed. Area code 901. Who's this?
This is Greg.
What's up, Greg?
Hey, I was going to say I heard the previous caller asking about Torres. I was surprised to hear him act as though Torres was a problem, because he's one of the few players out there that I feel confident in when he has the ball at his feet.
That's the issue, right?
That's the problem too, though.
But his pass completions are he's on the mark.
He's not.
He can attack and he can defend.
Yeah, he's not getting the ball, though. That's the problem.
He's not getting the ball. When he has the ball, you feel good about him. If you take him off, though, that's the point. If you take him off, you lose somebody who's good on the ball, and you need that desperately in this game. Area code 678. Who's this?
This is Jonathan here in Nashville.
What's up, Jonathan?
So the biggest thing I've noticed tonight is the lack of width down there on the left side. Torres seems to be dropping into the middle, and we're expecting Fabian Johnson to not only defend but also be that attacking option.
But I think that's the game plan. I mean,
I think Fabian Johnson's doing that.
You're playing a very narrow formation up top. You can't in the attack. You can't expect Torres to drift out there when you need somebody in the middle there to
help press.
You need to help press, and you need options there to give anybody a chance to get a shot on goal. And that's the thing at this point is we're talking about the bad, and Oguchi Onyewu has been bad. I'd like to see him come out. Did we establish Jeff Cameron's not dressed?
Cameron did not dress. Yeah,
it's gonna have to be Parkhurst or Goodson.
Goodson.
Probably Goodson. I mean, that's the like for like substitution.
I think if you're Klinsmann, let him play this out. Give him the 90-minute run. See what he can do. See if he can turn this around. It's a friendly. It doesn't mean anything. Get some information out of this game. I mean, 45 minutes is not enough to either cast Gooch aside or pencil him in as a starter. Get 90 minutes out of him. See what more you can do. See if he can turn it around himself.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for the phone call. Moving along. Area code 770. Who's this?
This is Joe.
What's up, Joe?
Not much. Just want to talk. I don't think it's that bad.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can. Excuse me. You can certainly look at it that way. It doesn't look. They fought back. They get a goal at the end of the half, so it's not like they went into halftime on a downer. They were getting bossed for most of the half, but when they got, I don't know, around the 30th, 33rd minute, somewhere in there, they kind of started to find a rhythm. Now it took way too long. And I think the penalty threw him off. Sorry, go ahead.
I think the Scotland result sort of got us with the wrong mentality, I guess. I mean, I don't think we should have expected to be dominating this game, and I feel like a lot of people were expecting a 1-1 or a 2-1. I think that was even a little overly optimistic. I mean, Brazil is one of the best teams in the world, and we hung with them, and we had a debatable handball called against us. Without that, we'd be drawn at halftime. So
that's a good point. It's a good point.
I think it's. Yeah.
Thanks for the call. Sorry, moving along. Area code 805. Who's this? 805. Who's this? Dropped off. All right. So I think
one point I want to make though is that the Brazil goals, not so much about Brazil. It's more about U.S. and maybe even the ref. Some people are gonna. I even go back and forth on the handball call. At first, I was like, no way. Saw some replays. Maybe. I'm still not sure.
You shouldn't allow. I don't think you should allow that shot from where it came from. But I mean, Gooch is in a good position to block the shot. It just happens to be that his arm's in the wrong place. And
and the second that the free kick, the corner kick. First of all, another unfortunate play by Gooch. He plays the ball somehow off his foot out for a corner kick behind him, and then there's absolutely no pressure on Thiago Silva in the 6-yard box, and that's inexcusable. So it's not so much about what Brazil's doing; it's about what U.S. is doing. Maybe ineffectively, maybe a bit unlucky on the first goal. Second one, I mean, every team in the world is going to finish that shot if you give it to him, and the U.S. gave it to him.
Area code 216. Who's this?
Hey, it's Jason. How's it going, guys?
What's up, Jason?
What do you guys think about maybe putting Dempsey on for like Edu or Jones and moving Torres into that midfield triangle, putting that possession, keeping them in the middle of the field?
If you're going to go for the win, I think that's what you do. I think maybe you sacrifice one of the defensive midfielders and you bring Dempsey on, you leave Torres on to help be one of the creators, and maybe go with a true 4-4-2 up top and you put Dempsey up there with Herculez Gomez. The problem is you don't have that big body up front in that 4-4-2 formation then, but I think that can still work for the U.S. If Dempsey plays a little bit underneath, you go more of that 4-3-3 kind of action, 4-5-1 action that the U.S. has played a few times over the last year, and let Dempsey play that withdrawn forward. See what you can get. You got to go for goals. You can't just play for defense now.
No, and that's the thing. I think that's what we want to see. Okay, if it comes out, if Klinsmann makes changes that are attack-minded changes, and they lose 3-1, 4-1, something like that, I mean, it would be a kind of a dagger. It would be a gut shot. But would we be okay with it if he was going for it? And maybe you get a bunch of chances, but you don't score. I mean, that's the tricky thing here. One of these, like you said, one of these goals is an unfortunate handball, which I don't have a problem with the penalty call. I see why he called it. And the second one is just falling asleep on a set piece, which the United States just typically doesn't do. And it's unfortunate that Thiago Silva got away from Jermaine Jones. I think it was Jones. I mean, Onyewu may have been at fault as well. But neither one of those goals you think, wow, our defense really broke down. There was one breakaway. Was it Leandro with a breakaway and Howard had
beat the offside trap? I never saw a good replay if he was truly on or not. Yeah, but beats the offside trap according to the game and according to the officials. Tim Howard comes up big, and it's a little bit of communication issue. And I think you're going to have that when you have someone like Onyewu that's been out of it for a while and getting back into it. But I feel bad that we're kind of harping on Onyewu here, but the guys have been one of the more obvious concerns so far.
Yeah, I mean, Carlos Bocanegra has not had a perfect half next to him. So
no.
It's a combination of factors.
Not taking care of the ball at all.
I think the defense is most of the issues because it's Brazil and you're worried about their attack. But the United States, if the United States can take pressure off of them by holding the ball, by knocking it around a little bit, and like I said, around the 30th minute, they started to do a little bit better with that. But for the most part, they were getting swarmed. At every opportunity Brazil could swarm, they did. This created a lot of turnovers. It even, I think Michael Bradley played very well from where he was. I don't think he's as effective there. But he played fine. It's just that there's no outlets when he's playing that deep, and
that comfort level on the ball that I saw against Scotland with the U.S. is nowhere there. Everyone seems nervous on the ball. Everyone seems quick. They want to get off their foot, and it seems like they're hurrying their touches. They're hurrying their passes. And obviously, a part of that's going to be the speed at which Brazil plays and the speed at which they pressure the ball. But if you look at Brazil, even USA is a pretty good pressure team as well. They're comfortable on the ball. They move it freely, and I think that's what the U.S. is missing. What it had in Scotland, and I think Torres still brings that to the game. Torres still looks calm on the ball. But the problem is people like Maurice Edu, even Michael Bradley, Jermaine Jones, when they're starting the attack in their own third, they're not comfortable on the ball and they're giving it up kind of cheaply.
I mean, they're replaying the goal, Herculez Gomez's goal right now.
Great reaction.
Michael Bradley picks up the ball in midfield. He goes and wins the ball in midfield, takes a turn, immediately finds Fabian Johnson making the run, and Herc has made a perfect run to the front of the net to get ahead on the ball and put it in. Go ahead and play it again.
Amazing weight on the ball from Bradley. That weight on that ball is perfection.
Right, which is why I want him there. If we're going to cause problems for Brazil's defense, we should have Michael Bradley playing high up the field. All right, I think it's going to do. Thanks for all the calls, everybody. We're going to step aside. It's halftime. We'll
tune in afterwards.
Post-game live right here after the game. Best Soccer Show, North American Soccer Network, NASN.TV.